I've got a nice little video planned today. It's going to be some first impressions slash unboxing slash picking something back up that I regretfully sold a long time ago and actually got back. And Lord of mercy, I ain't getting rid of it this time. Stick around to see what I got. Let's get into this. So for those of you that follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm getting ready to go to daily uploads. I am working on getting all that geared up and ready to go. So I've actually been picking up some more fragrances so I have enough content for you guys. So what I've got today is some stuff that I've actually picked up from eBay and fragrance.net and one from FragranceX. The first one we're going to go over is actually the latest release from the Amen flanker line from Thierry Mugler. This is Ultimate. Now, I actually heard a lot of mixed thoughts on this fragrance in the beginning, which kind of made me not really worry about getting it, to be honest with you. Then I sampled it and I was like, I like it. I actually like it. Now, each of these flankers kind of have, a different thing going on with a similar vibe, and most of them are centered around like fall and winter. So this is going to be one of the fresher ones that's going to be good for spring and summer, but also has enough depth that you could wear it year round. So this is considered a woody fresh gourmand, which is like really starting to work now. I think people are starting to think outside the box a little bit with marrying fresh and gourmand together. This one has, it's really kind of shocked me how much I like it. Now, I know some of you are gonna be like, bro, really? You're gonna be like acting like that about this, but yeah, really, I think it's really nice. There's just something about this fragrance. It's got a really nice freshness about it. It's got almost, kind of that Christmas tree vibe that Layton has. It's just not as deep. And of course, you can definitely kind of get that Amen DNA kind of buried up underneath it. But honestly, just from, the few times I have worn it, they probably could have completely bottled this up and just called it something else. I don't get a ton of that original DNA, which is relatively prevalent in the majority of them. There has been a couple other ones where, just a little hint. That's one that's just got a little hint of that Amen DNA. Now that Christmas tree vibe that you're gonna pick up is coming from the Fir Balsam. But the one thing that really separates this from the rest is this one's got like a green vibe. That's new to the Amen line. So yeah, it's fresh and green. So that, that green's gonna come with that same thing like the Christmas tree. So it does have that freshness though, where that Christmas tree vibe can be interpreted as like warm, cozy Christmas. That is a little bit there, tucked in with that Amen, but yeah, totally different fragrance. Again, yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I know a lot of you hate it. Sorry, I don't. I think it's a good fragrance. Does it belong in the Amen line? No, it doesn't. Not in my opinion. But as far as coloration with all of my Amen bottles, the blue is a nice addition. Okay, so here's a little information on it. It says it's a woody fresh gourmand. Imagine that. It says it comes from the woody fresh gourmand fragrance family. And it's composed of 2 accords, vibrant dimension of green, bergamot, and cedar. There you go, some nice freshness from that bergamot. You definitely get a little bit of that cedar in there. And then the addictive dimension of mochaccino and balsamic fir accord. So you do get a little bit of a coffee-esque to it. But primarily I get a lot of that freshness and sweetness. I really dig this fragrance. I'm a big fan of gourmands, so this is going to be one that's going to be getting a lot of wear from moi. Now the next fragrance is the one that I was talking about that I actually, like an idiot, cut loose while it was still in production. It's another flanker from the Amen line, and it is Ultra Zest. This is another very different take from this line. Now, I sold this fragrance while it was still in production. It wasn't long after that when and these things go for like $300. So I found a gently used one, or halfway used one on the cheap. I actually won a bid. This is like I think I've won maybe 2 bids on eBay because I don't have time to sit there and fight with people. I just got really lucky on the timing on this one, I think, and I got a very good deal considering how much it sells for. These go for over $300 if you happen to find one like on eBay that's full. This one's half full. I won't be using a whole lot of it because of the value, the intrinsic value, you know what I'm saying? When you get rid of those discontinued fragrances, they tend to go way up in value, and for whatever reason, some of these brands aren't big fans of bringing them back. What I would like to see is kind of like a more upscale version of this, because this does have a very unique DNA about it. It's even more fresh than the Ultimate to me because obviously it's Ultra Zest. It's got some really nice bright citrus notes in here that just really dial this thing up. I hate to squirt that. It'll be one of the last squirts that I do of it. But same thing, you do get a little bit of that undercurrent of that Amen. So, I mean, another one that could have maybe been another fragrance, but another very fresh, gourmand fragrance. Again, this next to impossible to find unless you're willing to come off of $300 USD. Next fragrance, I got it a great deal as well. I've actually owned this fragrance in a decant. I think I have mentioned to you, I don't know if you guys know exactly how many of the Tom Ford Private Blend I have, but it is the most of any line that I own, and I own a lot of different consecutive fragrances that belong in lines, but this one is Cafe Rose. This is from the Tom Ford Private Blend, and it does have some similarities to a couple other Tom Ford fragrances I own, like Oud Fleur. I know it does go in a different direction, but Tom Ford is really good at making rich and sexy and decadent fragrances. This also has a little bit of that, like that noir de noir vibe to it, because it does have coffee, it does have rose, where the Oud Fleur also has rose in it. It is a high quality rose oil that's used in these Tom Ford Private Blends, and they're very familiar, you know, as you go through different fragrances with different scent profiles. Now, just to keep things 100 with you, rose is a note that like I can take or leave, and it also can come off like grandmotherly. It does not at all in this. This actually is, if I was thinking like as far as a woman, think like that really sexy teacher with like black stockings and the glasses, hair pulled back, and you know when she lets her hair down, yeah, she's a wild one. That's what this is. This is a very seductive, sensual fragrance that does not smell at all like anybody's grandmother. And yes, this is a fragrance that I enjoy to wear very much myself, even though some people might find it a little bit feminine. It is very dark, it has some saffron, it has some pepper, and a very, very alluring and sexy vibe about it. Especially when it dries down, the scent trail that is left from this is magical. So one thing that I was looking about this fragrance, it does have 3 different types of rose notes. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and give those to you and give you all the official notes. It's saffron, rose de mai, and I don't know if it's May or Mai, it's M-A-I, black pepper, Turkish rose, which is kind of difficult for me sometimes. Turkish rose is one of those notes that, I don't know, or yeah, I like it. I like it. It also has Bulgarian Rose Absolute, and then the coffee that I mentioned, incense resin, sandalwood, amber, and patchouli. So if that sounds like something that you would dig, yeah, you definitely want to give it a try. I say that it is 100% unisex, leaning slightly feminine, but the right dude with the right attitude, the right swagger could pull this off, no problemo. Now 50 mLs like this generally goes for like 250 bones full retail, but I got lucky and got it for $1.25. Now I'm not saying that you'll be able to find it for that, but just be a smart shopper if you happen to fall in love with this little gem right here. Okay, so the next fragrance is actually going to be a first impressions and unboxing. This is the 2019 release Halloween Man X. So I did find this one on the cheap. I think I paid like 20, if memory serves me correct. It was in that neck of the woods, maybe like 23 or something like that. But what you get, you got your Halloween Man X, you've got your X, which is actually kind of indented there on the sides. In the words of my buddy Ash, nothing doing on the back. Halloween on the top, batch code and other information on the bottom of the box. Got your nice matte black around the top here that says Halloween Man. Pretty nice looking bottle, to be honest with you. And cap ain't like crazy heavy or anything, but if you have owned any of these fragrances, you know how this bottle works. Not a bad atomizer. Oh, hey, not bad. That's unique. Got like a coffee vibe right off the top there. I'm not sure if it has coffee in it. Let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about this fragrance. This is an Oriental Fougere fragrance for men. Spanish fashion brand Jose del Pozo describes its 2019 creation, Halloween Man X, as an addictive cocktail. Cardamom, lavender, lemon are its soothing top notes, which disappear into the dark, rich heart notes of whiskey and coffee and leather. Yeah, cinnamon and minerals. The smoky base notes of tonka bean, amber, and incense give the fragrance its sexy and sophisticated finish. And yeah, that coffee was like all I smelled, and it's like a dark coffee, a little bit more. I like the opening. It's nice. It's a little bit different. But yeah, I'm digging this fragrance, so I think I'll more than likely do a full review or put it in some sort of lineup where I can give you a little more information, you know, as far as full wearing, you know, compliments, longevity, all that good stuff. So first impressions though, I dig it, and the coffee note is to die for. Okay, so the next fragrance I'm going to do for you is actually Halloween Man Shot. Now I've actually heard a lot of positive feedback about this. I know I'm probably sleeping on X and Shot, but yeah, I'm getting on that because especially for these, you know, what they're priced at, the quality. I mean, just like Halloween Man, I have got like tons and tons of compliments on that, and these are going to be perfect for, you know, this time of the year that's coming up around Halloween, fall, winter. Okay, as far as the box on this one, you got your Halloween Man Shot. This is raised up a little bit off the box. Of course, you've got your Halloween here, nothing doing on the sides. Batch code information on the bottom is the other one. You've got your gold around the top with your black cap, and then kind of like a black and gray gradient bottle. The Halloween collection of perfumes, which once belonged to designer Jesus del Pozo and is now a separate brand, I didn't know that, presents two new editions, a masculine and feminine Halloween shot. These scents of daiquiri cocktails are inspired by the game of billiards, the night atmosphere, and its mystery. Halloween Man Shot is an oriental woody perfume. Its top includes brisk lemon, daiquiri cocktail notes with spices of cardamom and black pepper. The aromatic floral heart of iris and sage is placed on the intensive base of leather, vanilla, and amberwood. This one's got like a really clean vibe to it. It almost borderline and kind of like that soapy vibe a little bit, but it does have, you know, that spice, a little bit of a booziness to it. A lot going on in the opening. A little bit of a mess, to be honest with you, as far as like the opening goes. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Now as far as the X, I like that a lot. I really like that a lot. That's a straight up banger. It's getting a little bit better on the dry down. It does, it comes off a little bit of a synthetic mess on the opening of Shot. Again, I don't want to totally just dismiss this fragrance, especially that you can buy it for like 18 bucks. So yeah, if you've spent any time with the Shot, let me know what you think about it. And of course, I'm gonna give it, you know, some full assessment, full wearings, see what it do on the compliments. Still not loving it though, so not bad. I mean, as of right now, if I had to go with those initial thoughts, this one blew the doors off of this one. You can get these very inexpensive. I think I might have paid $18 for the shot, and I think it was $23 that I paid for X, but X is dope. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let me know down in the comments if you have tried any of these. Let me know your thoughts on these. Would you pay 300 bones for Ultra Zest if you could get like a full bottle? I don't think so. That's why I got the half bottle at a good deal and being smart with them bids on eBay. But while I'm saying that, be careful with the eBay sellers. Make sure they have a good reputation, or they might pimp slap you with some bogus junk. Be safe, be well. Until next time, I'll see you on Carolina Fragrance Reviews.